Hi, I'm estate planning and probate attorney Joel Beck with Peach State Wills and Trust in Lawrenceville, Georgia. The other day, I was talking with a friend who asked me, "What's the toughest question you've ever gotten? What question stumps you when it comes up?" Well, I had to stop and think about that for a bit, and I did. And then I realized the toughest question usually comes in a probate consultation after a loved one has passed, and I'm sitting down with one or more of the family members who need to settle up somebody's estate. They ask a question that I just can't answer because I can only speculate. And that question is simply, why didn't dad do something to make this easier? Or there's another variation, why didn't mom do something to make this easier? And as I said, these questions come up in the context of a probate consult when mom or dad has died and now the family has to settle the estate and take care of things. And for whatever reason, mom or dad didn't put sufficient plans in place to help the family handle this in an easy, efficient manner. Now, for many of these clients, their parent had no estate plan. They had no documents in place setting forth what they wanted to happen and who they wanted to be in charge. For some others, they had some basic plans in place, but they didn't take some simple steps to avoid a probate court process. And now the family is probably going to deal with a 10 to 12 month period or longer to run the estate through the probate court rather than having instant availability of those assets. For some other families, their loved one put some plans in place, but those plans were legally deficient. They just weren't valid. They did some kind of do-it-yourself type of plan, or they copied somebody's documents, but they didn't complete them correctly. They weren't witnessed properly, or were just internally inconsistent, and so they don't count. And so whenever I get those types of questions, why didn't dad do this, make it easier? Why didn't mom make it easier? I just don't know. And then I guess the last time that they ask that question is, in some cases, even with a very well-written plan, the family has no understanding of their loved one's financial situation. There's no roadmap that was left behind that shows them where the assets are, what the typical creditors are that they need to take care of, and how to easily obtain and manage these assets following the death or the incapacity of a loved one. So when I'm asked the question, I just don't have a good answer. But what's the story here? Well, I think it's really simple. We can do things to make it very easy on our family in the event of our incapacity or our death, or we can choose not to do that, but the choice remains ours. And our inaction will leave a mess and may end up in your loved ones asking somebody here on our team, why didn't they make this easier? Now, if you want to learn more information about what an estate plan is, what you can do to make things easier for your loved ones, visit us online at peachstatewills.com. Click on free info at the top and select estate planning resources. There you can download our guide to estate planning in Georgia for free, no strings attached. While there, also click on the emergency list and download our emergency list that you can leave to create that roadmap for your family so that they know where things are in case something happens to you. If we can be of help, don't hesitate to reach out. Find us online at peachstatewills.com. And remember, estate planning doesn't have to be hard, and we can help.